Almost with Midwest Backpacker and Krusty here.
With our Pelton one.
Our Pelton one. We are on the Ozark Highland Trail in Arkansas, y'all. Woo, buddy! Hear any banjos yet?
Close, I can hear them in the distance.
Hey, we're gonna go about 55 miles in a few days. Come along. Alright, we're still early on our hike. Early! We're only about a half hour in, but one of the issues that you have on the Ozark Highland Trail is they don't have bridges for the trail. So we've come to a little creek that's pretty deep. It looks like it's probably knee deep. So we're taking off our shoes here and putting on some Crocs to cross it. But what I found last year when I was here is these crossings can be very slippery, so we'll videotape it, and if you're lucky, you'll see us falling down. Woo! Gillicuddy! So we're about 7 miles in. Along the Ozark Highlands Trail, there's all sorts of these smaller waterfalls that are really cool. We're just walking past this one. It's really beautiful when you are this close to them, but starting to get a little late. We're gonna head up, find some place to camp, set in for the night. It's a little past 7 p.m. We hiked about 10 miles today. We're at the Lewis Prong Creek, and it's a beautiful campsite. As you can see here, we're right along this creek. It's actually quite a bit darker out than it's showing in my camera. So we have we got our hammocks all set up. As you can see, there's my hammock right here next to the creek. And if I walk around to the other side of the hammock, whoa, you see Rob's over here, built us a nice campfire. I filtered us some water. What's for dinner tonight there, Krusty?
We have some chili mac with some Taco Bell hot sauce in there.
Oh.
And some hot chocolate.
Chili mac with beef.
Chili mac with beef.
Nice little campfire. Keyword is little there. We're probably not going to sit by it too long, but you can see Rob's hammock over here. And this nice little creek over here. Rob and I were having quite a bit of fun along the trail today. doing our impersonations of Dixie from Homemade Wanderlust, a YouTube hiker with a bunch of subscriptions. Come on, Krusty, give us a little Dixie.
If you get a headlight, make sure it's a bright white light.
All right, here's my Dixie. Hi, y'all, this is Dixie. One of my favorite items on the trail is talcum powder. I put it in my hair when it gets a little greasy. Put it in the pits when I get a little stinky. But don't put it down in the girl parts because... Good morning, sunshines. We woke up this morning about 7:15. It was 25 degrees. And it's a cold 25 degrees down here next to the creek. Kind of moist. Real cold this morning, so we're warming up. I had my alcohol stove going here. I was warming my fingers up on that. Got some nice warm oatmeal for breakfast. So Krusty's over there making his breakfast. How you feeling this morning?
Feel really good. Slept well, slept warm, but it's chilly right now.
It's chilly. So we're hoping to get back on the trail here by about 8. We got 15 miles to go today, so it will be a long day, but hey, we're looking forward to it. Back on the trail, man. Shit. You like that, Rob? All right. It's freaking cold out here. My fingers are, sorry about that, Branch. My fingers are a little numb. I'm hoping if we get moving here, we're gonna warm up, but the sun's out. It's too darn cold for the guns to be out. 15 miles, here we come. If you don't believe me that the creek is cold, Exhibit A, icicles. It's cold out here. We're about halfway into our 15-mile hike here on day 2. We ate lunch a little while ago. We're not making as good a time as we had hoped. This morning there's a lot of river crossings, and that really slows you down trying to navigate where to cross when the water's quite high. But we also come to scenic things like this that you need to stop and enjoy. We're 13.5 miles into our 15-mile day, the first one. At this point, our feet are sore, our shoulders are sore. We just want to be to camp, which is to be expected after that amount of miles and old fat guys like us. But we ran into some Boy Scouts, we ran into some other people, and maybe a busy site tonight, which is unusual on this trail. But we're gonna get going. Get to camp in an hour, set up the hammocks, maybe soak our feet and relax. You got anything to say, Krusty? Krusty there got some signal on his phone. Someone told us that there might be a trail closure due to a prescribed burn, so we're hoping that's not the case, but if so, we'll adapt. So this always happens to me. When I'm in a hurry to get to camp, don't want to stop, there's always something wonderful to stop and look at. Alright, when you're doing miles like we have been doing, it's important to take care of your feet. Any blisters, any sores. Also, this creek is freezing cold, so this is like an ice bath. What do you think there, Krusty?
My legs are garbage.
Sunshines. It's day 2. Last night it only got down to about 32 degrees. Much warmer. Not being down in that hollow, it's a little less damp. I never showed you around the campsite last night, I realized. So Rob and I are just packing up this morning. Say hello, Krusty.
Hello, Krusty.
So it's actually a pretty busy campsite last night where the Ozark Highland Trail Association had a formal group hike, and they are kind of down by the fire ring down that way. Very nice people. We shared the fire ring with them last night, but we kind of went back in the woods here away from people, and over this way you can see there is a Boy Scout troop. And they were very well behaved and quiet last night, so it was a good night. But it's 8:14. It's no longer early. So we gotta get our butts on the trail. Oh, and I wanted to show you something kind of exciting. This is where my hammock was last night, right? I heard footsteps outside my hammock as I was falling asleep. And this morning I saw this. Either a little deer or a rabbit came and crapped right next to me. Woo, buddy. All right, Rob, give us a little IB tat.
Good morning, effers. Back on the trail, man.
Back on the trail, man. Shit. Woo, buddy. Hey, we're at mile 59. We're going to hopefully, oh, there it is. Look, look, look. 59. Doo-doo-doo. So, we got to get to, we're hoping to get to mile 44. Understand there aren't any campsites in that area. There's kind of a long gap, but there should be some water sources and we'll probably stealth camp. So, here we go. I had to stop here, take off some clothes, it's warming up, unload in a different way, filter some water. We're at the Lick Creek. There's a trailhead right up here. We got about 4 miles to go to lunch. So that should be about mile marker, I believe, 51. So I let Rob go up ahead of me. I hike a little bit faster. There's a big hill. He's a little slow going up the hills, so give him a little bit of a lead. I'm sure I'll catch up to him and we'll have some lunch. So a lot of the trail that we walk along, we walk into these valleys that have a water and waterfall going down it. And down here they call it a hollow. And people I was camping with said, we actually call it a holler. I don't know if that's redneck or what. All right, we made it to Harrod's Creek. We only made it about 13.5 miles today. Rob slipped going over one of the water crossings and skinned up his shin, and his feet are real sore. So we're cutting it short a little bit tonight, and tomorrow we're going to be in for a butt kicker. A little under 17 miles, and a lot of it is uphill. So that'll be our really last day on the trail, and then camping out and road walking into our car the next day. So it's a beautiful night here again. It was a little bit warmer today, probably up in the 60s. Right now it's probably in the 50s. It'll probably get down to the 30s tonight. So but it's a beautiful campsite. As you can see, I have my hammock set up over here, and we're sharing our campsite with Troop 828 out of Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Hello.
Now you guys are famous. Smile for your moms.
My mom doesn't watch this.
Well, she will now because you're a superstar.
Josh the superstar.
And we see Krusty over there, still messing around with his hammock, doing a little foot care, it looks like. So I think it's going to be a beautiful night for camping. What do you guys think?
Agreed.
Stuff set up there. Move the tree. What tree? What tree?
What's that?
Either way, you're both
Boo-boo.
leaning on that side.
What?
It's just who's
But what's your
suffering
sore?
falling over.
What happened?
I slipped on a water crossing and destroyed my shin. So I was hobbling for 2 miles, trying to catch up to almost over here. So now I'm putting a Band-Aid on it. The second Band-Aid on it.
You shouldn't fall down.
That's what they say, but who listens to them?
What do you think about that, Josh?
I think, you know what I think? I think it's his problem.
You're right, it is.
Says the guy with pruny feet. Good thing this isn't smell-o-vision.
Last week.
Okay, Josh, tell me about. I'm a little late to the fire game here.
Alright, so what I did is I laid
Doing this
these
weird thing.
a couple sticks across right here. And I had the coals, right? So I put some leaves, I blew on the leaves, which made the fire start, which made the sticks catch, and ta-da, fire.
You just used my old fire.
Hey,
That is
you gave
true.
it to me.
Don't point that at me. That is true.
Hey, it works. I revived the fire.
Hey. Day 4. It's about 7:30 in the morning, 30-something degrees. Have a good hike.
Happy trekking. You too. Have a safe trip back to Minnesota.
Saying goodbye to Troop 828, Stillwater, Oklahoma. Back on the trail, man, shit. All right, we got a long day today. Rob is out of camp. I woke up, looked over, his hammock was gone. He's getting an early start. It's about a little under 17 miles today, and a lot of it's uphill. I know his feet are hurting, and it takes him a little bit longer to go uphill, so he's getting a head start. I hope he can make it and still enjoy the trip. So yeah, my Ursack is hung down the trail here. I had Rob's food in it with it, so I'm guessing he took his food and is eating on the run. So haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do for breakfast yet, but We'll figure it out, man. It's about 9 o'clock. I have hiked about 3.5 miles. I am to the Morgan Fields trailhead, which is up that direction. And you can see that there's a trail register here. And I see a sign over here from Rob that says, Jeremy, I was here at 7:40. So that means Rob's about an hour and 20 minutes ahead of me. He must have really got up early this morning, which is awesome. So I hope he doesn't stop for me up here and he just keeps on going. We'll probably, if that's the case, he'll probably beat me to camp by just a little bit, but that's good. I hope everything's going well for him and I see him later rather than sooner. But I got about another 13 miles to go, so time to hit the trail. All right, it looks like I have come to the prescribed burn area. As you can see here, it's pretty obvious. But I don't see any signs that say that I can't hike. So, I'm gonna keep on trucking on the trail here. There's no smoke, there's no fire, there's no sign that says stay out. So I'm going through. I don't know if Rob did the same thing, but we'll meet up eventually. I should clarify my statement earlier about wanting to see him later rather than sooner. It's not that I don't like him and we aren't getting along. Quite the contrary. I like him and we are getting along. But since I hike a little bit faster than him, I don't want him to wait up for me halfway through the day and then fall behind later in the day. So you kind of have to figure out who you're hiking with. I mean, my buddy Toots, he prefers to hike real close to each other and we chit chat and shoot the crap the whole trail. But Rob and I aren't as talkative as Toots. So, I mean, I'm perfectly okay with mostly walking alone and meeting up for lunch and at campsites. I mean, we sat in a car for 11 hours on the way down and on the way back and talking at camp, so still lots of talking. Plus he's been listening to podcasts on his earbuds. So I know that kind of helps some people. He motivates them when it's a hard trail. So. Trying to face what time my wife from on top of the mountain here. First time I've had cell phone coverage all trip. See if she picks up. She's actually working. Hello?
Hello?
What's happening?
Okay, you need to stop. You missed this, don't you?
I sure do. Look, you're on YouTube.
Hey, no more. No more. What?
You're on YouTube.
I don't want to be on YouTube.
All right, FaceTime my wife. Checked in with a few people. Downloaded a few podcasts. I'm hoping to throw on some podcasts and whip out 6-7 miles here without stopping for a long time. So. I've just come out of the burn area off of Hare Mountain, and interestingly enough, on this side it looks like the trail is closed. Notice this section of trail will be closed until the sign is removed but to a prescribed burn fire, blah blah blah. So Yeah. Breaking the law, breaking the law. Woo! I'm about 11 or 12 miles in today. 4 or 5 miles to go. Came to the Highway 23 crossing here. But look on my map, and the rock house is only about 1/3 of a mile up farther. So I'm gonna keep on going and eat lunch up there. I made it up the short little spur trail to the rock house, and just coming upon it now, and you can see it for the first time as I do. Pretty neat little masonry cabin built right into the cliff here. Go take a look inside. Probably gonna get a little dark in here. Little fire ring in here. It's nice and cool in here. It's getting kind of warm outside. I can hear a little water running here in the back. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see it in there, but it's supposed to be a well and drinkable water in there. I don't know if I'll be daring enough to drink that water, but I'm gonna chill out, literally, eat my lunch in here, make it another 4.5 miles or so to camp. So my lunches this trip have, all 3 of them have been tuna. If you've never tried these, tuna creations, they're really good. They come in all sorts of different flavors. Today it happens to be ranch. So I put my tuna here on my tortilla. The only problem with these is when you're hiking, you want a lot of calories. And for some reason, tuna doesn't have a whole lot of calories by itself. But I add a little mayo packet here, add some mustard, and then I add on some pepper jack cheese and a cheese stick here. Mmm. Fabulous. Now I'll probably have a few pieces of beef jerky with it.
What's up, almost? This is Krusty. It's about 2:24. We're about 2 miles from Fane Creek. And I had cell phone coverage just this whole time down here. So if you're checking your phone, I'm kind of hoping you're okay. I yelled for you a couple times, but you're a madman. I'm sure you're speaking right through. So see you in a little bit.
A lot of times on the trail, you rely on other backpackers for news. A good example of that is, you know, I haven't seen a note or anything from Krusty since 9 o'clock this morning, and it's about 2 o'clock now. And I just passed some hikers a while back, and they said that they had saw him about 15 minutes before me. So the first thought, you're thinking, all right, he's 15 minutes ahead of me, but they're walking the other direction. So it's kind of like one of those bad word problems you get in elementary school. If hiker B is going at this speed and hiker C is going at this speed, how long will it take hiker A to catch hiker C? Long and short of it is, I think I'm a little under a half hour behind him, 20 minutes or so, but I'm just glad to hear that he's still going, and everything sounds like it's going well. So, another annoying thing, I just passed by a mile marker where it said 3 and the second number was missing. Not very helpful. Well, I've got less than a mile left to go to our final camp out tonight. Ran into Krusty about a mile ago. He was sitting on a log watching some videos waiting for me. As you can see, he's hiking in front of me now. He's on a mission. We're both out of water. The sun's out. It's a little warm. We need water. So we've only got probably about a half a mile till we get there. So, woo, buddy. Hey, buddy. Woo, we made it.
Nice job, man. Good push.
Fane Creek. Honest with me, were there times you were questioning if you're gonna make it or not?
Yeah, yesterday. Absolutely.
Woo! Well, Krusty, it was a pretty good trip, wasn't it?
It really was.
Pushed us pretty hard, but definitely enjoyable.
Yeah, a few bumps, a few bruises, but all in all, a decent time. The company was okay. The trip was good.
Yeah, whatever.
Good morning, you mother effing sunshines.
If you guys don't know who we're doing in the morning, we say, back on the trail, man, shit. And that, it's IB-Tat. He's a YouTube guy. If you don't like swearing, don't watch his channel, but other than that, it's pretty good. So, we're up, it's about 8 o'clock. Mr. Krusty here put on the Facebook page yesterday, if anybody's down near Fane Creek, we're looking for a ride. Come on, OHT people. We don't see ya.
No.
All right, we got a few mile walk in, and then showers and food. Cheeseburger time!
Hit the doors.
Hey, awesome trip, buddy.
It was a great trip.
Thanks for coming along.
Thanks for the invite. Hope I didn't slow you down too much.
You know, when you wake up an hour and a half before me, that kind of helped, I think.
What are you talking about?
Hey, it was a good time. We're back to Turner Bend store. Gonna take some showers, get the car, head out of town, get some burgers.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat everything I can find.
Hey, it was a good adventure. If you like this video, check out a couple more over here. You can check out Rob over here. You can check out me up there. We'll see you on the trail.